Hey YouTube, this is SicSniper. I'm probably gonna close this account maybe in a few weeks or something like that, because I'm not really liking this name anymore. I mean, it's alright, but the account name originally came as a joke, because I used to play a lot of Unreal Tournament. And I don't even have Unreal on this computer. Yes, that's my badass monitor. Sadly, those aren't my subs. I wish they were, though. Anyway, I have an update for y'all. Check this out. This is my wall of shit. Empty 12 box, 15 box with an adapter ring converted to run a 10. Sony Explode, 2x10 box, and a bandpass box. Granted, I don't like prefab enclosures, but I got this thing roughly for 50 bucks, but I just did a trade for that Sony right there. I'm getting rid of that Sony, and I'm considering that 20 bucks off this, which is pretty good because I didn't pay anything for that Sony. Above it we have, actually I'm not even really sure how far this camera will go, but we'll find out. I'm probably going to get an extender or something for this bitch. I like having the ability to walk around the room. Anyway, if you see, these subs, the gap is taped shut on both of them. That one kind of got pushed open, but oh well. The gap was cleaned up. I sanded the ledges off. I'm going to have to sand this one too. It's a Thunder 6000 motor. Yeah, it's a 10. I'm probably going to have both of those. That's the same thing. You can probably tell just from looking at them. And I'm probably going to have both of these rebuilt, because I got quoted pretty damn good from Forever Bumpin'. He gave me a very good quote on rebuilding these, so I'm probably going to go with that just so I can get those running again. Granted, they aren't the best of speakers. They just have a little bit of value to me, you know? This box has 112 in it right now. It kind of needs 2 in there to be effective. I'm not really sure what this is tuned to. But when I noticed when I cover that port, granted it doesn't really cover in it, it does enough though. I noticed that it has a lower sound to it. Granted that isn't, like I said, covered all the way. But, got this tin down here. Got that tin. Both of the tins use 2-inch coils, including these tins that need to be rebuilt. And this thing in here, this 12, actually just uses a 1-inch coil. Which is pretty amazing because my 10 actually hit harder than that 12. And this thing doesn't really look like anything. It's got a black cone and everything. You might be able to see that in the video. I know that my cam's so dark right now I can't really see it. Actually, I would pull it out, but I kind of sealed this bitch shut because I had an air leak. Like, when you run out of wood, you have to use a little bit of everything to seal a fucking hole. It's actually glued from the inside, it's just I don't like those gaps being open. I even re-glued the port on this after I resized it. You'd think for putting a 10 in such a big-ass box that it'd be overkill. But it actually does sound quite good. Up here, we have the 201s. A little bit of polyfill. I redid the crossovers on these. Used the original wires. I changed the tuning on them. Changed the X over to allocate the drivers I was using. And sadly, those pieces of shit are really fucked up. Sad part being, I wasn't really running that much power to them. Well, I might have been running a lot of power to them. Not like wall current or anything. I had my jump sound amp up here. I'm getting that back today, by the way. Dude needed something to hold on to prove that I was going to pay him. And I obviously did. He's coming over, like, while we speak. Because we agreed on just giving him that explode. So that takes care of one problem. And I'm, also, in other news, I'm probably going to be getting a Corsica 5-door hatchback in the next month or so. And I have ordered 5 BTL 18s. Now, I would show you the confirmation and everything, but I really don't feel like getting into that right now. I got a job at Walmart as a cart pusher. The personnel manager has been talking to my mom about it, because my mom just got a job in there. So I've been promised the job. I haven't got it yet, but they're telling me that I'm going to be in like a week. And after I get that, I can pay those 5s off the rest of the way. Because what I found is easier to do now is to just send the people money constantly. I've been paying for those 5s for about a month now. And I have it to the point where one's paid off, but I want to get the whole pair paid for before I get them. Because the dude still has to rebuild them before he sends them out. It's something I requested. I gave him the extra cash to do it. Right now, I have about $600 over at that dude's place. I have to get a whole 1,000 over there before I can get them. Granted, you might say that 5s are cheaper than that, but fully loadeds shipped are like $5.50. So I'm getting like $100 off. That's about it. And I don't really care because I could use some 5 BTLs. Who the fuck couldn't use some 5 BTLs? What I'm going to do, though, is where this shit is, well, I'm not going to go up all the way, of course, but where those boxes are, I'm going to build 2 towers about as tall to the top of there. Yes, they're gonna be 2 big towers with 118 each. I'm gonna aim for maybe 10 or 14 cubes, something around there. And I'm just gonna build 2 of those. And after I have those big baddies built, I'll probably put those in the next van I buy. Which I did like my Lumina. It was a great van. It just had a lot of fucking issues. I was going to buy a Chrysler Town & Country, but I ran out of cash. Because I've been pretty busy. Granted, I don't have anything in this room that really looks that good, but that isn't where my money's been going. I'd show you that motorcycle right now. It's just, I'm limited to this. Also, I fixed that while I was at it. I bought a Canon PowerShot, or whatever it was. I'm not really sure what it was. But the dude's sending me his old cam, too. So, in about a month to 2 months, expect some cool shit to happen over here. Now, as for the vehicle, I haven't managed to find a 5-door hatchback yet. Turns out, the guy I was talking to only had a Beretta. I asked him for a Corsica hatchback, and he thought I was referring to that. That isn't what I was referring to. I don't really want a Beretta. I mean, they're alright, I just don't want one. I need a lot more room than that. So, at this rate, it's probably going to be a, maybe just a regular Corsica. You know, just wall off a Corsica or something. Either that, or I'm just going to buy this Caprice that my friend Sam's selling for $1,700. It's a 1989. It's got a 350 in it. It's all dressed up. Sounds real nice. Anyway, I'm hitting the limits of this video, so I'll talk to y'all guys later. Alright. Peace.